Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to BSE Limited Q3 FY21 Investor Conference Call. My name is Neerav and I will be the moderator for today's conference. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Yogesh Joshi, Head Investor Relations, BSE Limited. Thank you and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Neerav. And hello everyone and welcome to BSE's earnings call to discuss Q3 FY21 results. This is Yogesh, Head Investor Relations. Joining us today on this earnings call is BSE's leadership team consisting of Mr. Ashish Kumar Chauhan, Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Nayan Mehta, Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Samir Patil, Chief Business Officer, Mr. Girish Joshi, Chief Trading Operations and Listing Sales, Mr. Neeraj Kulshrestha, Chief Regulatory Officer, and Mr. Kashi Tavadia, Chief Information Officer. Please do note that the conference is being recorded and the transcript of the same will be available on our website. The financial results and investor presentations are also available on our website. I would now request Mr. Ashish Kumar Chauhan to give a brief overview of the company's performance followed by a question and answer session. Please note that BSE does not provide any specific revenue or earnings guidance. Anything said on this call which reflect BSE's outlook for the future or which could be considered as a forward-looking statement must be reviewed in conjunction with the risk that the company faces. With that, I would like to turn the call over to Mr. Ashish Kumar Chauhan.
Thank you, Yogesh. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you, wherever you are. It is 10.5 months since India went into a lockdown due to COVID-19 pandemic. Many of us are back to work at office partly or fully. BSE, as expected, has been operating without any interruption and has also been able to undertake new initiatives as well as improve its operational performance during this period. Let me start by providing you with certain updates on our business and operations. Continuing its stellar performance, BSE Star MF, India's largest mutual fund distributor platform, is moving consistently towards transforming itself and the entire industry into a unique end-to-end value-based platform. It achieved a new milestone of hosting 92.98 lakh transactions, which is the highest ever in a month, including 4.77 lakhs new SIP registration in January 2021. The total value of orders processed in the mutual fund segment increased by 37% to rupees 2.05 lakh crore for the 9 months ended December 31, 2020 from rupees 1.409 lakh crore for the 9 months ended December 31, 2019. In spite of a pandemic year, BSE Star MF platform has seen growth in the total number of orders processed by 64% to 643 lakhs during the 9 months ended December 31, 2020 as compared to 393 lakh during the 9 months ended December 31, 2019. The total number of SIPs registered under this segment increased by 256% to 11.18 lakhs during the 9 months ended 31st December 2020 from 3.14 lakh for the 9 months ended December 31, 2019. The total number of SIPs registered under this segment increased by 2% from to 16.72 lakhs during the 9 months ended 31st December 2020 from 16.35 lakhs for the 9 months ended December 31, 2019. The platform continues to scale new peaks of transactions in a single day. The platform processed a record of 14.69 lakh transactions on a single day on January 11, 2021, surpassing the previous best record of 12.88 lakh transactions on October 12, 2020. BSE had launched BSE Star MF app in May 2019 to enable mutual fund distributors process transactions on the go. The app has been well received by the community and it has processed over 15.3 lakh transactions till January 31, 2021. It may be noted that the BSE Star MF platform has witnessed a consistent net equity inflow of investment over all the past 10 months and the industry was seeing net outflow in the equity-based schemes. Star MF platform witnessed a consistent net equity inflow of 15,809 crore as against the total net equity outflow in mutual fund industry of 30,546 crore during the period. The total turnover on Star MF platform for the 10-month period from April 2020 to January 2021 exceeded rupees 2,73,000 crore. BSE has continued with its strategy of expansion of its mutual fund distributors and IFA network. BSE appointed 12,383 IFAs or members over last 10 months, taking the total to 69,039 total on January 31, 2021. This network is over and above BSE's 1,400 members, backed by over 200,000 authorized representatives covering length and breadth of our country. BSE's market share in this segment for 9 months ended December 31, 2020 stands at 79%. It may be recalled that BSE mutual funds were in negotiation with respect to the rates chargeable by BSE to them via MFI for processing of transactions through BSE Star MF platform. All necessary provisions with respect to this segment were made in the previous quarter based on the agreement reached with MFI. This is the first quarter reflecting the revised rates applicable to mutual funds. The total revenue earned in this segment during the quarter is rupees 7.61 crore after provisioning. BSE has been leading the way in adopting newer technologies and launching new innovative products. On November 14, 2020, BSE launched Star MF Corporate Direct, a direct investment portal for corporates with more features, which will further simplify and provide end-to-end value-based services to the AMCs, distributors, investors, and MF industry participants. Now, corporates can seamlessly transact with all AMCs and schemes at one go using Corp Direct instead of switching between multiple platforms, which is cumbersome. Corp Direct simplifies the MF investment process and significantly reduces time and increase efficiency for corporates. The Star MF Corp Direct portal is loaded with salient new features and is currently live for corporates. This will be available for non-individuals, for other non-individuals like HUF, partnership firms, societies, etc. In order to continuously upgrade its services through innovation and development, BSE launched Star MF Plus, a premium platform with key features for distributors and their clients on January 18, 2021. Star MF Plus offers complete front office order management, analytics, back office, business support solutions for distributors to enable client onboarding as well as eKYC and provides customer portfolio management along with CRM. Further, all the said features can be accessed through web as well as Android and iOS apps. As informed earlier, to unlock the value and realize the full potential of this business, the BSE had appointed ICICI Securities to advise on various options to unlock the value in BSE Star MF platform. ICICI Securities has approached potential investors in this regard. However, BSE has not received any acceptable bids for the same till date, and therefore no further decision has been taken with respect to the same. BSE EBIX Insurance Broking Private Limited, a joint venture of BSE and EBIX FinCorp Exchange Private Limited, had beta launched its operations in February 7, 2020 with the offering of private car and two-wheelers auto insurance. Currently, there are 7 general insurance companies, 2 standalone health insurance and 3 life insurance companies available on the BSE EBIX platform. As on January 31, 2021, BSE EBIX registered 3,907 point of sale persons and 2,370 certification. BSE EBIX has beta launched term insurance of ICICI Prudential Life Insurance on its state-of-the-art high-tech platform on December 15, 2020. With this launch, BSE EBIX now has the ability to handle insurance sales across both term and endowment policy in life insurance segment using its omni-channel digital presence supplemented by the phygital pan-India physical presence of BSE EBIX, thousands of point of sale persons. The launch of life insurance product by BSE EBIX is a major development for the company's perspective since life insurance is traditionally one of the fastest growing insurance segments in the country. BSE EBIX's strategy is to have unrivaled phygital pan-India reach by combining the physical presence of tens of thousands of POSPs with omni-channel digital channel, thereby allowing its POSPs to have access to extensive real-time quotes from insurance companies and to complete the entire transaction online on behalf of their customers. Through its technology, BSE EBIX empowers POSPs to deliver best of the insurance products and provide comfort to the end customer by transacting physically at the speed of digital technology. This presents a huge opportunity for BSE BICS to build its life insurance portfolio. In order to offer a bouquet of insurance products to meet the diverse needs of the end customer, BSE BICS also plans to offer other insurance products for commercial vehicles like trucks, tractors, auto, taxi, commercial products like fire, liability, shopkeeper insurance, and other personal lines of business like home, personal accident, travel insurance, etc. BSE BICS also plans to add many more insurance companies in insurance vertical in coming days and months, while ensuring that their integration with BSE BICS is state of the art for each vertical. Till January 31, 2021, the company intermediate issues of 7,912 policies with premium amounting to rupees 2.35 crores. BSE holds equity stake of 40% through its subsidiary BSE Investment Limited in this company. BSE launched an electronic spot platform for agricultural commodities known as BSE E-Agricultural Markets BEAM through its wholly owned subsidiary BSE Investment Limited on December 11, 2020. This platform functions as a national level institutionalized electronic transport commodity spot trading platform in line with the Prime Minister's vision to create a single market. The platform facilitates spot agricultural commodities transactions across value chain consisting of producers, intermediaries, ancillary services, and consumers. BEAM has leveraged state-of-the-art technology to offer customized solutions to farmers, traders, and stakeholders to facilitate risk-free and hassle-free purchase and sale of various agri-commodities. This platform ensures reduced cost of intermediation, improved procurement efficiency, enhanced producers' realization, and more competitive consumer prices. The platform also helps eliminate bottlenecks associated with the procurement and trading. The platform witnessed trading of 2 tons of imported almond in shell worth value of more than rupees 6 lakhs on the launch day of electronic spot platform for agriculture commodities. The average daily turnover during the 9 months ended 31st December 2020 increased in equity segment to rupees 3,675 crore as compared to 2,554 crore rupees during the 9 months ended December 31st, 2019, and rupees 3,132 crore during the 9 months ended 31st December 2018. The same is also reflected in the company's strong operational performance in the current period. The pick up in the average daily turnover in equity segment in the current financial year to levels higher than previous 2 financial years is a positive development and provides encouragement to look forward to better operational performance going forward. I am glad to inform you that certain broking business houses have started providing execution of trade at best execution prices, which benefit the investors, as in line with the mandate of the regulator SEBI. A part of the increase in average daily turnover can be attributed to the same. As more and more broking houses provide such facilities for the benefit of the market and investors, and as more and more investors insist for the same, it is felt that the same would further have a positive impact on the turnover on BSE. I also wish to inform you that the BSE has decided to increase transaction charges in the equity segment with effect from March 1, 2021 to bring it in line with the competing exchange. The same is likely to result in increase in transaction fees on trading of commonly listed securities. BSE changed the weekly expiry of contracts to Monday in equity derivative segment from Thursday is equity segment from equity derivative segment from June 29, 2020. Since the change in weekly expiry of equity derivatives contracts from Thursday to Monday, the average daily turnover in equity derivative segment has grown from rupees 78,442 crore for September 2020 quarter to rupees 2,01,162 crore for December 2020 quarter. The average daily turnover in this segment is rupees 2,46,650 crore for the month of January 2021. Over time, the growth in turnover of equity derivatives contracts can significantly complement growth in turnover in equity segment to improve BSE's turnover and market share in this red ocean business of BSE. India International Exchange at IFSC, India's first international exchange based in the GIFT City, IFSC, introduced rupee dollar derivatives contract on 8th May 2020. Average daily turnover on India in the INX platform for the 9 months ended 31st December was $4.1 billion including significant contribution from equity derivative segment. The equity derivative segment contributed to 94% of average daily turnover, and the other segment has contributed to 6% of average daily turnover for the 9-month ended December 31, 2020. India NX is the dominant IFSC exchange in GIFT City, with a market share of over 80% in derivatives trading and 99% in bond listing for the 9 months ended December 31, 2020. During the 9 months ended December 31, 2020, almost all the Indian issuers of debt securities in the international markets over the last 3 years have listed on India Index's global securities market. It has witnessed an all-time high turnover of US dollar listing of US dollar 24.13 billion on January 2021. The previous all-time high turnover was US dollar 23.06 billion on February 3, 2021. The constitution of the IFSC authorities at Gandhinagar, GIFT City, is a big step towards development of IFSC as a major international financial hub and growth of exchange revenue. On January 25, 2021, among many first of within the calendar year 2021, supranational institution Asian Development Bank listed their retap of 10-year Indian rupee 3 billion masala bonds on global securities market of INX at GIFT City. The 6.15% bonds due in 2030 are rated AAA by S&P and Moody's. On December 22, 2020, Adani International Container Terminal Private Limited listed US dollar 300 million foreign currency bond on global security market of INX at GIFT City. This is the first issuance by the corporate on global securities market. The issuer raised the funds at a very competitive rate of 3% for the senior secured notes maturing in 2031. The currency derivative segment of BSE continues to provide a very liquid platform for trading in currencies. The average daily turnover of currency future segment for the 9 months ended 31st December was 8145 crore. And the average daily turnover in the option segment for the 9 months ended 31st December was rupees 11,698 crore. BSE's market share for the same period was 29%. BSE is the second largest commodity derivative exchange in India now, and the only exchange in India to witness delivery in options on goods contract. BSE facilitates trading in derivatives of a bouquet of bullion, energy, metal, and agri products, which include gold, silver, Oman crude oil, Brent crude oil, aluminum, zinc, copper, guar seed, guar gum, cotton, turmeric, castor seed, chana, soybean, and almond. BSE created history on November 3, 2020 by becoming India's first exchange to complete deliveries of gold under BSE VIS India Good Delivery Standard on its commodity platform, supporting the Prime Minister's vision of making India an Atmanirbhar Bharat. The exchange executed delivery of gold to the tune of rupees 1.5 crores in the options in goods framework, marking the 5th consecutive month of deliveries at the exchange designated vault in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. BSE's seamless trading platform, integrated with a robust delivery framework for options in goods, contract has proved extremely beneficial and cost-efficient for jewelers, bullion dealers, and other physical market participants. It empowers them to not only hedge their prices but also avail delivery on the expiry of the contract. The total number of members admitted in commodity derivative segment is 290. The turnover in commodity derivative segment for the 9 months ended December 31, 2020 was 4.11 lakh crore, and highest turnover was 5,118 crore recorded on August 11, 2020. BSE along with PTC India and ICICI Bank had earlier filed a petition with the Power Market Regulator Central Electricity Regulatory Commission CERC on September 7 to 2018 for grant of license for setting up of a new power exchange. BSE has a stake of 22.62% as on December 31, 2020 in the proposed power exchange through its wholly owned subsidiary BSE Investment Limited. CERC has issued a new order in this regard today, and we hope to get the final license and launch operations soon. The number of companies listed on BSE SME platform grew by 5% as on December 31, 2020 to 331 companies as compared to 314 companies listed on December 31, 2019. Of the total number of companies listed in BSE SME platform, 93 companies have migrated to the BSE main board as at as on December 31, 2020. Total market capitalization of companies listed on SME platform as on February 5, 2021 was 21,490 crore, and total funds raised through these companies was rupees 3,381 crore. Companies listed on BSE SME segment have shown outstanding growth over the last 7 years. The SME IPO index, which was launched on December 14, 2012, with 100 as base, has increased by 12.86% to 13.86 as on December 31, 2020. BSE's market share in listing of SME companies on the SME segment stood strong at 61% as on December 31, 2020. BSE launched the BSE bond platform on July 1, 2016. This platform facilitated issuance of debt securities on private placement basis, issuers as well as public basis. Issuers in this segment include renowned corporates from public as well as private sector in India. During the quarter ended December 31, 2020, 179 issues have successfully raised over 0.9 lakh crore through this platform. BSE's market share for the said period stands at 55%. BSE continues to be an institution for capital formation in India. The total debt raised under this platform crossed rupees 14.08 lakh crore as on December 31, 2020. On November 13, 2020, Lucknow Municipal Corporation successfully raised rupees 200 crore by issuing municipal bonds on private placement basis using BSE bond platform. Lucknow Municipal Corporation received 21 bids on BSE bond platform for rupees 450 crores, 4.5 times of the issue size. However, total 11 municipal bonds issued aggregating to rupees 369 crore, rupees 3175 crores have been exclusively raised on BSE bond platform, scaling its market share to 86%. In the current financial year, till November 13, 2020, BSE bond platform has enabled corporate India to raise rupees 2,45,968 crore by issue of debt capital. With respect to listing of securities, the number of companies listed with their equity capital on our exchange, which are available for trade on 3913 as on February 5, 2021. BSE has the highest number of companies listed on any exchange around the globe. Market capitalization of companies listed on BSE has now reached more than 200 lakh crore rupees. The total number of registered investors registered on BSE now exceeds 6.1 crore. Further, under BSE's framework for listing of commercial paper for listing of issued on or after November 27, 2019, 165 issuers have done 2,903 issuances of commercial paper and successfully listed CPs of rupees 12.63 lakh crore on BSE. On a consolidated basis, the profit attributable to shareholders of the company, excluding exceptional items for the quarter ended December 31, 2020, has increased by 139% to rupees 32.37 crore as against rupees 13.53 crore for the corresponding quarter of the previous year. The total revenue for the quarter ended December 31, 2020, increased by 9% to rupees 162.16 crore as against rupees 148.6 crore for the corresponding quarter previous year. Operating expenses have decreased by 8% to rupees 108.68 crore. The operating EBITDA increased by rupees 20.11 crore to rupees 11.91 crore for the quarter ended December 31, 2020, as against operating loss of rupees 8.2 crore for the corresponding quarter previous year. Operating EBITDA margin stands at 10% for the quarter ended December 31, 2020, as against negative 7% for the corresponding quarter previous year. It may be noted that during the corresponding quarter of previous year, profit after tax includes one-time profit of rupees 32.04 crore at consolidated level on account on gain on partial equity stake sale of CDSL, Central Depository Services India Limited. On a consolidated basis, the profit attributable to shareholder of the company, excluding exceptional items for the 9 months ended December 31, has increased by 19% to rupees 108.74 crore as against rupees 91.54 crore for the corresponding 9 months previous year. Total revenue for the 9 months ended 31st December 2020 has increased by 2% to rupees 484.64 crore as against rupees 474.21 crore for the corresponding 9 months previous year. Operating expenses has decreased by 6% to rupees 322.77 crore. The operating EBITDA has increased by rupees 37.53 crore to rupees 26.42 crore for the 9 months ended December 31, 2020 as against operating loss of rupees 11.11 crore for the corresponding 9 months previous year. The operating EBITDA margin stands at 8% for the 9 months ended 31st December 2020 as against negative 3% for the corresponding 9 months previous year. Interoperability of settlements amongst clearing corporations was implemented from June 2019. After implementation of interoperability, the members have the option to select the clearing corporation to clear their trades. Based on their selection, the trades of BSE are cleared by respective clearing corporations. As per regulatory requirements, BSE needs to contribute to core SGF of all the clearing corporations through which its trades are cleared. BSE has already contributed rupees 15,770 lakhs to Indian Clearing Corporation, which is in excess by rupees 130.94 lakhs, 130,094 lakhs as compared to the requirement relating to the contribution to be made to ICCL for core SGS as of December 31, 2020. Based on the transactions executed in BSE, which are cleared by our NSCC, which is another clearing corporation, the requirement to contribute core SGF to other clearing corporation of rupees 1,183 lakhs as on December 31, 2020. Based on the representation made by the company, SEBI has now allowed transfer of excess contribution made by the stock exchange from core SGF of one clearing corporation to the core SGF another clearing corporation in interoperable scenario. And BSE shall not have to take charge in its profit and loss account towards SGF contribution to clearing corporation so long as there is excess in another clearing corporation. As on January 31, 2021, the total balance lying in settlement guarantee fund maintained by Indian Clearing Corporation is rupees 457 crore, of which, as mentioned above, rupees 158 crore has been contributed by BSE. BSE's consolidated net worth as on December 31, 2020 stands at rupees 2,458 crore and standalone net worth stands at rupees 2,172 crore. The free cash in BSE standalone books as on December 31, 2020 is rupees 1,393 crore. Before I conclude, I wish everyone in this call wish them stay safe, stay avid their near and dear ones. With this overview, let me welcome you all once again and invite all of you for question and answer. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question, you may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Anyone who wishes to ask a question, you may press star and 1. First question is from the line of Saket Kapoor from Kapoor family. Please go ahead.
Chauhan ji, namaskar. Dhanyawad sir for the opportunity. Sir, firstly sir, if we take our operating income and our operating expenses or the administrative expenses, they are not incommensurate to each other. So sir, what steps as an organization are we taking or are in the annual that will further improve, as you have told that the operating expenses have gone down incommensurate to the income. So what more steps are we taking and what is our roadmap going ahead, sir? So for say 1 or 2 years down the line with the type of initiatives which you have spoken in your opening remarks, wherein you have articulated various segments in which we would be present going forward. So first your take on that, sir.
Namaskar. Basically, I think on several other occasions during this call, I have mentioned that exchange business is about fixed cost business. So the cost pretty much remains consistent and goes up over a period because of the new regulations that come in, as well as the cost of technology and employees that go up over period due to inflation. Having said that, the only way the operating margins can go up because of that is that our revenues go up. And as and when the revenues go up, you have seen an upsurge in the profitability of BSE, and that would been seen even in this quarter. So all the attempts are basically to increase our revenues. Of course, that would depend on our investors and our brokers who would push in more business through BSE, through which we can earn more money. And that would be basically our strategy for times to come. Increase our revenue, control our cost, so that would increase our operating margins and other margins. Thank you.
Correct, sir. Sir, looking at the business proposition, sir, going forward, sir, if correct me, sir, if I'm wrong, maybe a decade earlier, sir, when you were not the at the helm, sir, you were the person who were advocating or even you were presenting an option of CFS, known as cash future spread, wherein you were at that time contemplating with SEBI to introduce this mechanism in the cash segment, wherein at the end of the day, the trading positions, investors can have an option of a so-called as modified Vyaj Badla type of option. So in today's realm of things, sir, how relevant is that proposition, and how good business making opportunity could be CFS, sir? If I'm not wrong, sir, correct me.
Basically, it's still a good proposition. Those days, although I was not CEO, I was deputy CEO, and those days, a similar framework was offered by another exchange, of course, in commodities called NSEL.
Yes.
And unfortunately, NSEL had other issues because of which people, especially at regulatory level, have got some apprehensions about allowing such products where both the settlements get merged. We'll continue to ask the regulators for providing these facilities to the investors. And if they allow, then BSE would be willing to launch that.
Correct, sir. And two more short points.
I would request you to come in the queue again so that other people
yes, sir, I will be.
So
Yeah.
Don't ask, no, not at all. So let's try to be disciplined, maximum 2 questions per person.
I will come in the queue, sir, and I'll obey the rules, sir.
Yes, please.
Thank you very much. A request to all the participants. Please restrict to 2 questions per participant. If time permit, please come back in the question queue for a follow-up question. The next question is from the line of Rohit from Marshmallow Capital. Please go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity. I missed the first
Good. Sorry to interrupt you. Your voice is coming very muffled. May I request you to speak over the handset?
Sure. Is it better?
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Rohit,
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay, great. So I missed the first 10-15 minutes of the call. So just curious now if there is any update on Star MF value unlocking that you had disclosed a few months back.
Yes, I did the update. It will be there in the transcript just for your information. Not much progress has been made in that because the bids we received were not acceptable to us.
Okay, understood. And what about within Star MF itself? We were planning to launch a few other products which will allow us to increase the monetization potential there. So any update there as well?
Yes, please. We have received many. We have also mentioned it in our speech. Probably you might like to look at our transcript, but I think your 2 questions are over, so I think let allow third person. If you want to ask third question, come in the queue again.
Okay, great. So, I mean, should I ask or should I get back into the queue, sir?
Please get back to the queue. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Saket Kapoor from Kapoor Family. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. My first question is regarding, sir, this union budget. There has been a recommendation from the income tax department wherein there will be a procedure for pre-filling of IT returns wherein the capital gains will also be filled. And so going forward, sir, what kind of repository services can be offered from the offered from the exchange in collaboration with the and how good business proposition can be made out of it with this pre-filling of income tax returns? That's my first question.
Yeah, it's a good proposition. We will explore that, but naturally BSE on its own cannot provide the full end-to-end all the details because there are many RTAs and many depositories who will not be allowed to jointly provide these services because of the information security and privacy situations. So based on whatever information is available to us, of course, we can provide things to our, where we have the database to the investor specifically, not their data, we cannot sell it to anyone. And SEBI has also set up subgroups and committees to figure out the privacy related things because there are apprehensions and complaints about the information getting misused or other things as per the new sort of privacy information security kind of act. And so those are a little more far-fetched, but clearly the government and exchanges and depositories and RTAs are working together to give you end-to-end data in your income tax returns as a part of the overall process, as the Honorable Finance Minister mentioned.
Right, sir. And one more point was regarding, sir, this GSEC part, sir. That even the RBI has now opened the first time in our country the window for retail participation in GSEC market. So I think so, sir, for the this also could be a good business proposition if the settlement of the same could be accomplished with the RBI through the exchanges. And if we also give an understanding to the RBI regarding the business proposition, what it makes is how the client pools and everything can be merged and a system pool of data can be created so that as we participate in the StarMF platforms to the mutual funds, the same to be carried forward even to the GSEC market through the RBI platform. So that's another business proposition that has been looked into and the first more advantage as the exchange could be offering.
It's a welcome announcement by RBI. Of course, it will be even better if they would allow holding of share and interoperability of depositories that government bonds also can be held in depositories. And that would ease the life of many investors having multiple accounts with multiple agencies. And so those are the issues being discussed as we go, but clearly BSE is one of the larger distributors of sovereign gold bond, which is also RBI issued bonds, if you might be aware.
Yes, sir.
So we are in touch. We are discussing variety of modalities and methodologies to attract more and more investors to government securities in whichever way it is possible. And the early indications, even for corporate bonds, that our volumes even in those corporate bank areas seems to have improved over last 1 year. And so we would, of course, want to build on that and become a dominant marketplace for investments in India, as stated by your speech also. Thank you.
I'll continue the queue for the remaining points. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Amit Chandra from HDFC Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hello. Thanks for the opportunity, sir. So my first question is, we have seen around in volumes, but if you see the pricing, so it has been coming down consistently. So I know there were renegotiations with AMFI, and also from 10 rupees it went to 8 rupees, not 5 rupees. So it seems that we don't have any pricing power here. So how do we ascertain that it will not come further down from 5 rupees as volumes increase? So that is regarding StarMF. And also, the second question would be on the incremental investments that is required for all the new initiatives that we are planning, so in terms of the power exchange and all, because we still are having a lot of new initiatives which are still not yielding results, like the INX and all. We are spending a lot on that, but the volumes have increased, but we are still not earning anything from that exchange as of now. So when we will start charging on the INX, and what are the incremental investments required for all the initiatives that we have planned? Thank you.
Thank you. So basically our volumes on the StarMF have gone up to 65-70% despite the MF industry losing a lot of equity value in terms of almost 30,000-40,000 crore in last 10-11 months. So effectively, we are trying to compensate in terms of the revenues because of the reduction in charges, as you rightly mentioned. And it remains to be seen going forward how we will be able to increase our value per transaction. But clearly, the value due to increase in volumes is now much visible. And you will see that even going forward. In terms of the incremental investments, other than INX, the numbers have been very small, whether it is in power exchange or e-agriculture markets or EBIX, BSE EBIX joint venture. The numbers are somewhere between 10 and 20 crores max per event. And we are not splurging money to do anything else. On the INX, as in many of the local businesses, whenever we are successful, NSE and their subsidiaries tend to reduce their prices close to zero. And that ensures that even despite our success, we are not able to actually charge well. And that's very anti-competitive. We have taken up this issue even in Star MF area as well as in bonds area, in many other areas in local situation, as well as in IFSC area with the IFSC new authority. And we have complained, and let's see how the level playing field to what I call a new competitor is being provided, who is not able to cross-subsidize the immense, due to the immense profitability that NSE has. And so we have taken up, I don't know when, as and when level playing field will be provided by the regulators, but till that time we will continue to invest our time and efforts into creating newer business lines for BSE. And if we are successful in a few of them, our volumes, our value will also go up. Like, for example, in mutual funds also, for 10 years, almost we couldn't charge much. And now MFI has also accepted our ability to charge. And that's heartening news. And as and when we are able to charge, we'll certainly charge. So for me, like any other high capex activities where plant and machinery are sort of invested in, and as and when the market share comes or the production happens, the industrial companies are able to basically make profit. Till the time it looks like a loss. We don't try to capitalize most of our expenses into mutual funds or bonds or anything. Instead, we try to expense them in that year. And that's why, except new companies which we set up like INX, you might see at the same time our consolidated losses or profits are shown there. And so for me, the investments are being shown in current Ind AS as if they are losses instead of the capital expenditure. But so be it. We have wisely invested and we are now reaping rewards in terms of the new business lines which are actually generating us good amount of revenue and good market share and good traction going forward. So which you have seen in Star MF and you might see in other areas. For example, in INX, as you rightly said, we are now dominant exchange by, I think, probably this month we might be 90 to 95% market share. And that tells you how good we are there. And as and when the level playing field is available and the market is right, we will be able to charge.
Yes, sir. So thanks, sir. And just a follow up on INX, sir. Sir, earlier that you mentioned that when the trades in INX like per day trades will cross 1 lakh trades, then then maybe we will think of charging, and the charge on the INX will be based on like per trade basis. Right? So now we are currently like 2.5x of what we were targeting earlier. Still we don't have clarity on the INX because that is one portion where we can charge and we can improve our margins from there because already the cost is there like in P&L. So that we are looking forward to, and any That front would be very helpful for us.
So basically, the explanation I gave in the earlier answer also. Again, let me give you one more. The NSE is primarily competing with us in IFSC and many other segments in India, domestic area also, by just bringing the charge to zero in an anti-competitive way. Until the time they charge zero, we don't have much of a choice but to continue to charge zero. So as and when the regulators provide us fair and level playing field, we'll be able to charge them.
Okay, so thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Varun from Prospero Tree. Please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. My question was with regards to the mutual fund revenue. So as you mentioned in the presentation, the 9 months revenue is 293 million. So if you could give me the quarter-wise breakup, Q1, Q2, Q3. Q3 I heard in the initial part of the speech, it was 7.16 crores. So rest of the other 2 quarters, if you could give me, then it would be helpful for me.
So the mutual fund revenue has been 7.61 crore in the current quarter. Last quarter it was 3.66 crore, and that is because we had made some provisions after negotiations. And in the first quarter, April-June, it was 11.97 crores.
Okay, thank you. And so with regards to the rate, to follow up on the previous participant's question, the current average rate would be around 5 rupees per transaction. Is that what the rate has come down to?
Yeah, if you just divide our total income in the mutual fund segment divided by the number of transactions processed, it's about 5 rupees.
But it's slab wise, so it wouldn't remain exactly the same.
Yeah, there will be some variation from time to time.
Okay. So we have seen volumes go up by 65-70%. So I think revenue should follow in coming quarters. Is it a correct assessment?
Yes, and despite the fact that the rest of the industry is losing clientele and becoming negative, we are the positive part of the industry, even despite COVID and all.
Okay, thank you. That was helpful.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Krishna from Capita Mind. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Am I audible?
Yes,
yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you, sir, for the opportunity, and congratulations for good set of numbers. Excluding the one-off stake sale last year, these are actually good numbers on both standalone revenue and operations perspective. So I just have 2 questions. One is, what are the current margins of Star MS platform? The second one is, what are the valuations we are looking at, rough valuations for Star MS and INX? Because as per the recent stake sale to ICICI Bank, the INX is valued at 200 crores. Can you please confirm if our calculation is right or wrong? So only these 2 questions, sir. Yeah.
We are not exactly trying to value anything because this may become what I call a forward-looking or our expectations. As and when any proposal which is acceptable to the board comes for the mutual fund platform, we'll take it to the board and they may accept or reject. Or they may want us to negotiate further and stuff like that. So on mutual fund currently, we don't want to say anything beyond this. But on the INX, look at the numbers and see whatever the valuation comes out for the ICICI Bank part. I think it's probably a year-old number, but I wouldn't say it would be very way off the mark given the fact that INX is also making losses.
Got it, sir. Got it. And operating margins for Star MS platform, sir?
So basically, if you see at net level, it can be around 35 and 35%.
Okay. So, PAT margins of 35%.
Yeah. So these are approximate figure because what happens is that, we have a consolidated account.
Yes.
So
Right,
this is the estimates.
Yes. Since we are looking for a stake sale and also just a rough estimation. So that's it. That's it, sir. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The next question is from the line of Devesh Agarwal from IIFL Capital. Please go ahead.
Good evening, sir, and thank you for the opportunity. Just one question. On this Pran Urja, sir, you did mention that there is some regulatory order today. So I understand there are some regulatory delays for starting that exchange. But in terms of technology, where do we stand? And once we have the regulatory approval, how fast will we be able to start that exchange?
As of now, we have the technology we believe is going to work. It's under testing and getting feedback from the potential members. And so some of the potential members have also become shareholders of Pran Urja as a part of the process which CERC took us through. And so it remains to be seen how our technology is accepted by the market participants in the coming time. But we are pretty much advanced, and so it is possible that after getting the final license registration, we may take a few months to launch it. And we'll continue to explore the potentially the best technology in the world in case we need to bring from anywhere in the world. But currently, we do have the first cut technology available with us.
Understood. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take the last two questions. The next question is from the line of S.K. Keshri from Keshri and Company. Please go ahead.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. Mr. Chauhan, I would like to congratulate you for such a good set of numbers. It's really heartening to see that BSE is performing well. I just had one question. The investment income that is appearing in the consolidated financials is 37 crore vis-a-vis in the last quarter of September 20, 24 crore and year on year of 34 crore. So if you can just give some color to it, that what could be the reason behind this increase? Is this owing to MTM being booked, or it is the realized gains on certain investment we had?
Yeah. So, Mr. Keshri, what happens is that we have certain investments which are subject to mark-to-market. And in the current quarter, there has been a significant jump up in the mark-to-market valuation. And that is one of the main reasons why, and that is the main reason why, you see this type of fluctuations happening.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, perhaps you will see this kind of fluctuations in companies with large investable surpluses across the country due to the Ind AS, the way it treats
financial instruments.
Financial instruments.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Rohit from Marshmallow Capital. Please go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity again. Hello, am I audible, sir?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I was curious about the EBIX platform. It's been a year since we launched it, and I mean the premium collection is still only a couple of crores or so. So how do you see that scaling up, and are you happy with the way it scaled so far?
Participants, please stay connected. The line for the management is disconnected. Participants, please stay connected while we rejoin the management back to the call.
Yeah, sir, we are on call.
Good, sir.
Yeah, can you repeat your question, sir?
Yeah, sure. So I was talking about the EBIX platform. It's been a year since we have launched the platform, and the policy premium collected so far seems to be around 2.3 crores. And when we began, we were, I mean, you mentioned, which I agree with, that insurance is a much larger market probably and more inefficient market than mutual fund, and the potential is immense here. So in that context, over the last year, how happy are you with the scaling up, and how do you see this going forward?
In a way, basically we started pretty much at the start of the COVID period, right? And so this is a physical come digital channel. It is not pure digital. And that's where basically last 1 year has just, in a way, we are in beta stage. We have taken time to connect to many insurance companies. And so now we are more comfortable offering almost all types of products with many companies. We'll continue to add more companies. We'll continue to add more POSP as it is called. It's a new type of channel that the regulators allowed. And so it's early days. Good thing is that our competition, whether they are pure digital or phygital like us, are burning at least like 50 times or 30, 40 times more money per rupee of premium collected. And that is basically what is giving us that confidence that we are basically being very frugal. We have a state-of-the-art technology. We are adding more and more POSPs. In fact, this week we also started with the government of Jammu Kashmir a framework to basically train their people in mutual fund distribution as well as in insurance to bring them on our platform, and we are trying to do it for many other states and things like that. So it's a part of also skill development in those states as well as making them Atmanirbhar to become their own masters and become kind of agents of these two platforms. And so there are many, many such initiatives on the anvil. But last 1 year, due to COVID, we couldn't do as much as we thought we would be able to do. But then that is the same framework with many of our competition. And in some ways, our frugal framework, we will continue to sort of work on to get maximum amount of benefits with lowest cost going forward.
Okay, so that was helpful. And coming back to Star MF, let's say over the next 3-4 years, and we see the trajectory of volumes being this strong or comparable, is the board and the management open to a demerger or a spin-off of the Star MF platform once we have a larger bouquet of products and a larger profit base?
Again, the board will have to take its call, what it wants to do, but any investor is able to give suggestion to the board, and board usually takes this up from time to time. Based on that suggestion only, this monetization framework was approved by the process was approved by the board. And any other useful suggestion, certainly I'm sure the board will take it seriously.
Okay, so as of now, this was not considered or discussed seriously given the scale, is it? Am I right in thinking that?
Not that. The suggestion was to find a strategic partner and do the same thing as you suggested, or in some other ways sell out 100% or in some variable part of it. And the board that way is pretty open in creating value, and so it shouldn't be a problem at all.
Fair enough, sir. That's it from me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last question for today. I will now hand the conference over to the management for closing comments.
So thank you, friends. And I hope this gave you some idea of what we are doing and what has happened to us over the last quarter or last 9 months. And it has been a tough journey of those 9-10 months where we had to keep the markets open continually without even a single day's break, despite all the risks that everyone was taking, including all our members, all our agents, all our staff across the country. And I think BSE has, in a way, come out, at least operationally, with flying colors in terms of not having a single second delay or not having any other technical issues in the past 10.5 months. That tells you the frugal ways in which we work, but also in a very solid way we work, and we hope to continue that performance. We'll continue to work on newer businesses, newer areas as and when they are allowed to us, and hopefully some of those business areas we will be able to charge and get you more values going forward. So thank you.
Thank you very much. On behalf of BSE Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us. You may now disconnect your lines. Thank you.